Are you on program?
I am.
What are you supposed to have?
I have never, I have never went off program in my fucking 5 years of powerlifting.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Funny enough, like.
Just always dialed in.
I've always been dialed in.
I love that,
and the only time I've been off of program has been when the program's been finished, like after a meet, and I have like 1 to 2 weeks where he's like, all right, hey, do whatever you want, rest up, whatever. Which then it's not like I'm off program.
Yeah.
Which I think I put a lot of my success to, because it's like, especially in powerlifting when you're dealing with numbers, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you don't want to exhaust the body in which like you're doing so much things.
Yeah.
So it's like everything I have to think about is like, okay, is this something that's going to carry, you know, into my next training session where I'm going to be feeling like a little fatigued?
I think bodybuilders would probably benefit from that sort of approach where it is more methodical. That's something that I've implemented more recently into my training, is like planning out my mesocycle and making sure that I'm like consistently progressing.
Yeah.
But then again, like as I get to the end of my meso, it's like, okay, how can I just push intensity and then I know I have a deload next week. So it's,
dude,
like,
it's one of those things where it's just chasing the pump and you're like, fuck, dude, I look so good, you know?
Well, and we're like filming content and shit. And I'm like,
I mean, that's, I think, the difficulties I feel like when it comes to like creating content for powerlifting, right? Because it's like, if you want to get done, like collabs done, right?
Yeah.
And it's not with other powerlifters.
Yeah.
It feels like, okay, you're going to have to get off your program. If you're not on your program, it's not even a workout together kind of thing. It's like, oh, hey, you go do that. I'm going to be over on the other gym doing this.
I know.
And then we'll go talk to each other midways. And it just throws off the entire workout. You know what's funny? This is like the only lat pull down in all of Houston that fits my ass, because I have such long arms.
Yeah.
Like the arsenals, I'm fucking already maxing out. So what I have for the program, I have some wide grip lat pull downs, I have some single pull downs, some kind of row variation. I have biceps a little bit towards the end. Yeah, but anything you want to add in, I'm cool with.
Dope.
Because I'm on the end of my program, so we'll be fine. Isaac, I don't know if you noticed, but my face is it's not broken out, it's all broken blood vessels from yesterday's pull. Yeah, it was like the heaviest we've had since the pro debut. So I looked at myself in the mirror last night, I was like, fuck. It was 793.
Yeah.
And that went well because we broke 2 world records.
Yeah.
And now we're slowly amping up for training. And usually like the first pull of like training, the heaviest one, is like the hardest one. It's not that it's hard, it's just like body's like, okay, we're picking heavy shit up again. Because I took a nice like deload because my body needed it.
Do you like the bodybuilding training or no? Like the hypertrophy training?
Yeah, I mean, I have hypertrophy in my program.
Yeah.
The only difference is like, you ever notice everybody's pulling the Mike Menser train to failure all over social media?
Bro.
And it's like, okay, one, I don't think that's smart for like bodybuilding in a sense, because most people are pushing that to an extreme of they're doing that like 6 times a week.
Yeah.
They're not recovering enough.
No.
When you're training to that degree, you need to be able to recover. Like, so most people that I know that are kind of like pretty smart with their training, they're doing it maybe they're only training 4 times a week.
It's
they
like
need those.
more like what Dorian Yates did.
Yeah, and especially when it's like, we're dealing with fitness, which has both tested and untested, and that's where you're going to be recovering a little faster.
Yeah.
You know, when you're having those enhancements. So, especially with like a natural side of those things,
Yeah.
you need those extra days of rest and a nice amount of quantity of food to, you know, recover. Versus with me, anytime I have hypertrophy work, it's towards the end of my workouts when I'm already like exhausted from my compound movements, and I already have a set regimen, and I just add the weights, you know, throughout the mesocycle I have, which is like pretty common with any exercise, it seems like.
Yeah.
But then I have it on a database of like, okay, this is what, let's say, to make it as simple as possible, let's say out of a year, what was my first month to second month to third month ratio? But I keep the same exercises, right? So it's like, oh, hey, let's say for 3 sets of 8 on wide grip lat pull downs, the starting of the year I was doing 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And then I end it with 190, right? And then during my deload phase, when the volume and intensity gets brought down, let's say my starting out at the beginning of the year was 70 and now it's 160, okay? I know there's been progression there and there has been muscle growth. And then it's just more of like I can see the number. I know there's strength there, and with that comes size.
Yeah, it's probably a better way to look at it. Especially as you get further into your lifting career, you're gonna make more like smaller progressions, right?
Yeah.
So like week over week, these people who are going and slamming their head into the wall, like RPE, whatever, 0 reps in the tank, every single week, 4 reps, intensity techniques.
I feel like it's uncalculable.
You have no way to standardize week over week and see if you're actually progressing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that goes with like length and partials. Obviously length and partials are technically beneficial, but I guess if you're trying to like objectively assess whether or not you're progressing, it's hard to do that for every single session within the meso. And be like, oh yeah, I'm actually getting stronger in that regard.
I almost think about it as like, because I don't do any bodybuilding, but if I was going to, I would do the same thing where if you have like a deload week, or let's say around like a deload month essentially, right? Where you're, like intensity is very brought down. I would almost want to do the exact opposite where it's like, okay, well, if you want to go like balls to the walls, designate a certain month where you do that, but then the rest of your training is then standardized where it's like actual proper protocol.
For sure, 100%.
Because everybody loves doing it because it's fun,
Yeah, no, it's
you're
cool on
training like a
Instagram.
psycho, but you're 160 pounds, you know?
Yeah.
At 6'4". It's like.
Yeah, bro.
Are you planning to doing any bodybuilding?
Yeah, next year I'm gonna do a show. But that's like this is my first time I've ever like bulked or like tried to actively gain weight.
Is this like last time you did it, you were like 14, like how many times have you?
I did a guest posing when I was like 15 years old, but it wasn't like an actual competition, so it'll be my first time actually getting on stage and competing, but I've been missing like the competitive aspect of everything that I've been doing.
Yeah.
So it's just good to have a goal set,
Yeah. I live by that. I have goals everywhere. I have about 3 to 4 whiteboards in my apartment just for me.
Yeah.
Are you more of a warm weather guy or a cold weather?
Oh,
warm
weather, bro.
It's cold as shit.
Yeah, Canada's rough. I don't mind it because I do like board sports, like snowboarding and stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, can't be bothered to shovel my driveway and shit.
Yeah. Because I was in Minnesota and that place gets cold.
Yeah. Is that where you're from?
Yeah. Do you know where Winnipeg is?
Yeah.
I was about 2 hours from there.
Oh, okay.
I'm about as far as north as you can get for a state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides your like rest periods too? Or you
I'm very intuitive with my rest periods.
You're what?
I'm very intuitive with it.
Okay.
So I don't time it, but like, I'd rather err on the side of being more recovered than less recovered.
Yeah.
So like, there's a few cues that I'll generally look for. It's almost like a checklist that I go through. One is cardiovascular fatigue. So as soon as my breathing comes down to like a normal rate where that's not going to be the limiting factor, then I'll go back into it. Primary muscle group being the muscle group that is the limiting factor rather than secondary. So like if I'm training a lot pull down, I don't want my biceps to be exhausted before my lats are. And then whether or not I can get 5 reps, because that's generally the bottom end of the range for hypertrophy. So
I know some people that are like psychopathic where they'll like have their stopwatch and they're like, all right, I'm ready.
And they're fucking notepads and timers and I know. I used to do that, but then I just found like, what's the harm in getting a little bit more rest? You're gonna get more out of the set.
Yeah,
so.
I just want to get stronger, you know? The size will come.
Yeah.
And like for me, I think it's like this, right? The easiest way I can add on size is just to fucking pick up the fork and eat, right?
Yeah.
I'll worry about
that's the primary way.
Yeah, I'll worry about the shape and everything when it's like the clump of clay is put on, right?
Yeah.
And then work on shaping it or whatever. Because at the same time, it's like, I don't want to look like a piece of shit.
Yeah. I think it's minutia, especially when you're just gaining to a certain point.
Yeah.
Unless you're on the Olympia stage.
Oh, for sure.
So in your bodybuilding training, is your intensity very high or no?
I mean, it's around like an RP 7 to 8.
Okay. So even in that regard, it's like I was talking to Russell about this yesterday because he's like an absolute psychopath and he'll do a full powerlifting workout, a full bodybuilding workout and like go crazy. And he just looks like an animal as well. But like obviously if you're doing everything at once, you can't be going balls to the wall with your powerlifting training, balls to the wall with your bodybuilding training as well. It's just, it really is like accessory, you know what I mean?
Well, and at the same time too, it's like, I understand these are things that are to help me with my movements in powerlifting, you know? I want to get bigger, I want to get thicker back, you know, helps with my bench press. I want thicker biceps, helps with my bench press. I want bigger legs to help with my squat. I think a lot of powerlifters, you know, have that, what do you call them? That stigma around not doing accessory work, just doing the squat, bench, and deadlift.
Yeah.
Come on.
Fuck. At least it's not freezing in here.
Yeah. Do you feel like travel really fucks you up in terms of training? Like, for me, powerlifting wise, messes me.
Yeah. Standardization is terrible. It's hard to like get the same machines when you're traveling. So recovery wise, we usually try to find places that are like pretty suitable for recovery, like sleep wise and stuff, but.
You're talking about like where you're sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were gonna bring up some like magic bed recovery thing. I was like, oh fuck, what am I missing?
Don't want to raise the fucking thing.
I'm already locked in, so we're all right. How much are you weighing right now?
Almost 170.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got 140?
Yeah. Peak cut, I was at 138.
No, I meant like on the stack.
Oh shit, yeah, that's fine, yeah. So I put on about like 30 pounds since my leanest.
Has it been nice to kind of just like eat?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I'm not really fussed either way. Like as long as I have a plan, I'll just follow the plan. Like when I'm on a diet, I don't really feel that hungry. And when I'm bulking, like I don't feel stuffed. If I have the plan in front of me, it's like.
Do you ever want to get up to 200?
Kind of now. Now I'm like 170, I'm like, fuck, 5'5" and 200 pounds would be kind of wild.
Dude, I want every person to be 200 pounds.
Yeah.
At like, because it's just one of those cool numbers. It's like 225 on bench,
yeah,
right?
100%.
Right, where it's just like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
Like, everybody should just experience it.
Yeah.
Come on.
What?
Is there any potential to do a little powerlifting mute?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. I thought about it before, but I just never dedicated the time to it. I'm like, I need to go all in with whatever I'm doing. So like if I was dedicated to it, I'd go 100% with it.
220, Tristian Lee. The leverages are there.
Bro, I'd bench like, I don't know what I'd bench at 220, bro, holy fuck.
What do you bench now?
My max, so I haven't maxed out on bench in a long time just because I
remember you did one and you had like a shoulder injury, right?
Yeah, bro, that was years ago, but that was just because I was lifting stupid. Like, I'm not against bench press.
Yeah.
It's just, like, honestly, because my arms are so short, my leverages for getting a good stretch on my pec with a barbell bench versus a dumbbell bench is terrible. So I just tend to lean towards like dumbbell or camber bar. The most I ever benched was 345, but I only weighed, I weighed 137 pounds or something. Yeah.
Damn.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just test it at one time.
I mean, you don't have any like, you don't need a rush, you know? Would be cool.
Yeah.
Take like a world record bench.
Maybe.
It'd be cool.
I should just like train for it behind the scenes and then just one day to show up.
Damn right. How many you got of this?
4 sets.
All right.
4 working sets, so. I love how they have that right on the mirrors. I walked in, bro, it's dying.
You know what's gone through my mind?
What?
The total opposites of like powerlifting and bodybuilding, in which like in powerlifting you don't want anybody touching the shit when you're doing it, and then in bodybuilding it's always like a person like bringing it down and shit.
I know. I mean, personally for me, I don't like having a lot of spotters on my like early on in my mesocycle, but I know a lot of bodybuilders like force reps and stuff.
Yeah.
Fashion Week is for the last decade. It's not for us. It's about the lights that we.
No, I usually just during this day, especially when it's getting closer to like if I'm on like week 4, right? I don't try to push the accessories too much when it's on my last week, because like my Wednesday and my Saturdays are like my primary heavy days, clearly, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I want to still get like active blood flow in there, because if I just sit around, I just feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah. Do you do like 4-week accumulation and then 1 week of deloading, or how do you structure your mesos usually?
1 second. So I actually don't really do many deloads.
Yeah.
I'll lower the intensity, but like with a deload, it's like intensity lowered by like
50% basically.
Yeah. And I don't really do that. So anytime, so let's say after a week 4, right? We just bring the intensity, let's say in an RP from, because I never go RP 10 in training.
Yeah.
We always keep it like highest at least 9, right?
Yeah.
We're never trying to go full out max. And then we bring it back down to like a 6.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's enough of a range that allows you to just resensitize and then
go
back
and at the same time, it's like, so much things are body weight dependent, where it's like, if my body weight is at a good level, I'm not doing any traveling, I'll be able to look at, okay, on the first 1 to 4 weeks, what was that one looking like for my first week?
Yeah.
And then from that 5 to 8 week, where does that stack up?
Okay.
You know, and then usually I try to have it where, depending on how that week 4 went, have it higher than my week 1. So let's say, just quick example, like, let's say I had a 1x7 on squats, high bar, and I started week 1 with 405, right? If I'm warming up on week 5 and I'm feeling relatively like good, and I feel like I can keep it within the RPE, I'm gonna maybe try for like, 420-ish,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
And then that kind of gives me like a nice foundation of like, okay, hey, I'm stronger than I was on my week 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue building this block while also keeping the intensity. Because on the week 4, I was probably doing, let's say, 500, right, for 7. So it's lowered enough from the previous week, but I still want it where it's like, okay.
It's like you have this baseline, you want each baseline to beat the previous one.
Yeah. And then it's just nice for the database where I can look back from like 6 months to figure out, hey, what was I doing, you know?
Yeah. I think most people don't train hard enough. From a bodybuilding perspective, most people don't train hard enough to actually need a full deload.
Yeah.
Versus just resensitizing, maybe going back to like 3 reps in reserve, and then going right back into another 4 weeks of accumulation before potentially deloading, if you actually understand what true like muscular failure is, not just
and I mean, like, that's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to have like a bunch of muscular fatigue. Like that's on like a bodybuilding perspective, like yes, because there's going to be like absolute fatigue and growth, you know. But the best way I like to think about powerlifting is like a rocket ship, right? That NASA has, and I need to keep that fucking rocket ship like constantly going up. So it's like just a powerlifting program is just a big mathematical equation to get my body prepped and primed and ready for the day of a meet, to be like ready for that like rocket ship to go up in the air.
So do you look for basically minimum effective volume for hypertrophy so that allows you to still grow while progressing lifts, lowering systemic fatigue, and then just keep your nervous system ready?
So I want to have it where it's like, okay, what's going to provide growth, but also is it going to be where it's not affecting my squat, bench, and deadlift? Because if it does take away from that, the only time it's like reasonable if we're going to like a volume phase where it's like, okay, you know what, I'm trying to grow, I'm not trying to hit like absolute maxes or close to that, then I can see a way where it's like, okay, that can work, right? But right now, I'm kind of big enough, and like the only thing I need is just to pick up the fork, right? Eat more food. So.
You said 260 is the goal?
Yeah.
And you're at 240 right now?
Yep. So.
How much food do you have to eat daily? A lot? Like, do you measure it, or do you just go based off your weight and just eat more?
No, I measure.
Okay.
Do you know what a mono eater is?
Yeah.
You're a mono eater, I bet?
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I've been a mono eater for the longest time, and it makes it easy.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm changing up my diet now because I was doing all these traveling when I got to my first 240.
Yeah.
And then I had to go to New York for a photo shoot, went back to Minnesota, then we had an LA event with Gymshark, right? I dropped 20 pounds, went from 240 to 220.
Yeah.
I was 8 weeks out, and I was like, fuck me. In between a move from a house to an apartment in Houston.
Yeah.
And it was like week 8 of the block, like supposed to be like at my strongest. And I was just the most fragile. Like, you know when you lose like a lot of weight?
20 pounds, bro, is a lot.
Yeah. And you know, you ever had it where you lost like a lot of weight and your body looks watery, but fat and flat?
Yeah.
You know, and I looked in the mirror, I was like,
no glycogen in your muscles, or
I just looked like, I was just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I had to put on 20 pounds in 8 weeks. So I got up to around like 245 actually.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, okay, I'm at my weight that I'm supposed to be at. But during that 8 weeks, I was eating everything and everything. I was putting olive oil on my turkey, my beef. I was going out to In-N-Out, right? Because it was like, my first 240 was a little more clean, but it was like, I wasn't getting to 240 in a month. It was like a 3-month progression where it's like, okay, I can slowly get there.
But you just needed to put on the weight fast.
Yeah. There wasn't any time to go, oh, let me slowly get there. So my mindset with this is, okay, I want to get to my 260, but I want to get to a gradual 260, you know? And at the same time, it's nice for powerlifting because let's say on a 4 to 8 week block, and I can see that weight going up, I can kind of calculate, okay, hey, I'm 5 pounds up, let's say, for my 1 to 4 week.
Yeah.
How is my body responding? And then if I add in another 4 pounds on my week 5 to 8, how is my body responding? How am I handling the volume, the intensity? So it makes it where it's just a little more, you know, easy to calculate.
Manageable,
Yeah, because that's
versus
all it is.
If it's just a drastic change, it's hard to.
Yeah, and I don't want to get up to like some of these people bulk to 260, and then you're like, whoa.
You look 260 and not exactly the best way?
No, it's like they ate 260 worth of cake.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Huh? Yeah, I think so. How many sets you got?
It's my last set.
This is the last set. Mom. Do you lift angry?
No.
No. You're
I can't.
Kind of just like all like mellow.
Yeah,
just
it messes with my tempo like that. I can't even listen to super fast-paced music when I'm training.
Do you listen to like R&B or kind of like one that has like a steady like boom?
Yeah,
boom,
like
boom,
rhythmic
boom.
with a heartbeat and breathing and
yeah. I'll have to listen to that when I'm doing like reps.
Yeah.
Because it keeps like the motion, the putting the weight down, especially on deads for me, where it's like everything's a technical standpoint and it's
maintaining your brace and
Yep.
yeah, for sure, 100%. Versus if you're just trying to go crazy.
I think it's like 3 sets of 8 or 3 sets of 10 for me, but I still gotta I'll just like do some warm up things too. Oop. Are you with Vanquish?
Yeah, I just signed with them.
Okay.
Just center this. It rotates anyways. When you're so fucking good at powerlifting.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. It was like, in terms of my frame is so fucking large.
Yeah.
Doing some hypertrophy movements isn't going to be the thing that like is going to get me big. You know, like I can show you what I looked like when I was like 17, right? Because I was wrestling, so I was diced, right? And even at 195, I had fucking sub-single body fat, right? I had a nice frame, I had nice shoulders, everything, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's not gonna get me what's big. I need to put on fucking weight.
Yeah.
And like I have the frame for a 270, you know? And it's like, okay, if I'm going to put on that weight, why not get fucking strong?
Yeah.
And turns out I'm actually pretty fucking strong.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of best of both worlds. You know? I'm not saying I'm not anti-bodybuilding by any means.
No.
But it's like, if I'm already kind of like God gifted in this way, and I'm already taking world records, and I feel good like lifting heavy ass weight, and at the same time, I'm actually like strengthening my entire body. I just have to maintain like the shape level, you know, and I don't want to have to be like overly obsessive about it. I feel like you can get in this industry where people will like get overly obsessive about their body, right? But then you're like, dude, you're like, you got to get actually bigger. Like, why are you worried about the shape? But then, because it's like the shape is constantly changing. When you put on like, let's say 20 pounds, your distributions are changing.
Well, yeah, like you're not gonna recomp from, like if you're at 10% body fat and or like even 8% body fat and you're trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna put this much on my delts, like your body doesn't work like that. It's always gonna favor your strong points and not favor your weak points. So yes, you can be like specialized in each mesocycle to a certain body part, but the biggest change in your composition is gonna be the change in your composition, like actually eating food. And
I mean, at that point, it's like, okay, let's start from base one. Let's just get the weight, you know? And then from there, it's gonna be basically, hey, how can my recomps go? Because I can tell you what, my 220 in high school is different from my 220 now.
Yeah, I think there's something to like the muscle maturity aspect of things too. Like as you lift for longer, you just start to build
I think
muscle
it was
differently.
I think it was Phil Heath who says it. It was one of them where he's like talking about how bodybuilding is pretty much wanting muscle, like the muscle per square inch to make it where you look the most round and like in every attribute. You know, social media is one of those things where it's a two-dimensional image. You ever have it where you meet somebody on social media and on social media they look amazing, right? But it's like this.
I look in the mirror every day.
Well, it's like this. It's a hand, right? And when you look at a hand, they look wide, but then they go like this, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
I want to go like this, you know, fucking round everywhere. Where like you can move around like this, and you're just big. Versus just like big, and then oh shit, he disappeared.
He disappeared. Yeah.
Did you have a home gym during COVID?
Yeah, I built out like bro, because we went back to Canada. Like we were in LA for the first part of COVID, and so like there's spots open there, but like we went back to Canada and nowhere was open. So like on Facebook Marketplace, going to these like sketchy ass places. But eventually we were able to get like all, like you know the company Atlantis, Have you heard of that? It's like a bodybuilding company kind of like that. It's like all equipment, super nice equipment, right?
Is it black and red?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so all of our like home gym back home, we still have it back in our home gyms. There's like Atlantis pieces, like a pull down a row, fucking plates, adjustable dumbbells.
I've become a fucking like phenom when it comes to gym equipment.
Yeah.
Because during COVID time, because I lived in a town of 2,000 people. I was 7 hours from an airport.
Yeah.
Like I was fucking secluded. We got Burger King my senior year.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking fucking Pilgrim era almost, right?
Yeah.
If iPhones didn't exist, we'd be fucking nothing, right? So when COVID happened, the only gym that I've been training out of was my high school, and they closed it down. So I had to literally go on people's doors, knock, asking if they have like 300-pound weight sets. I was fucking
Bro, the plates got so expensive.
Yeah, dude, it was higher than Bitcoin.
I'm like, bro, why? Like $4 a pound for like plates? I'm like, holy shit.
You want to get in?
Did you do both arms or no? Yeah, okay, I'll jump in. It's like twisted?
Yeah.
Extra tension.
Huh?
Extra tension.
Does it feel different?
No.
Okay. So I have a shop that's like 60 by 40. I want to get fully decked in. I have like so much equipment, and I just have like an addiction to going like Facebook Marketplace and like finding deals and picking it up.
Hell yeah.
You trained at Roman Empire, right?
Yeah, I love that
Do you
gym.
like that place?
George is so nice.
Yeah.
You like training there or no?
I do. It's just kind
It's a journey.
Yeah, and it's like they're starting to get some more powerlifting equipment, which is nice.
Yeah, there's
I like
a lot
their
of bodybuilding stuff.
Yeah, I like their machines. There's another gym. I can't remember what it's called, but it has a lot of pinata.
Pinata?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
really want to try it because I haven't tried any of those equipment.
It's here in Houston?
Yeah. There's been so many, like, I just started training on a chest machine.
Yeah.
Never had those in my gym.
Chest machine?
Like that.
Oh, like a hammer strength press?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I included that now in my 2024 regiment. Also, we never had these.
Yeah.
And every row machine in my high school, I would max out because it would be like this much.
Yeah.
Because my arms.
Yeah.
So.
But this one you can actually get a stretch on it?
Yeah. Pretty much. You want to go one, like plate by plate?
Yeah,
or
we'll
you
go plate by plate.
All right.
This?
Yeah.
Because you're wider.
Well,
and taller.
and I also want to try to keep it where it's similar to a bench press.
Oh, I see.
This row machine's not my absolute favorite. I've tried some other ones from other companies.
It's pretty good. It's not too bad.
It's not bad. I had to give, like, you know TNF?
Yeah.
Like, I had to give that guy a follow because I was like, okay, this is a guy who's actually doing, like,
Smart, bro.
right, good shit for the industry.
Yeah.
On top of it, though, like, with the good comes the absolute worst.
Yeah.
You know, where you'll meet these people that you're like, oh, fuck. Because it's an excitement app. But, no, it's gonna come, I think, just like fashion, right? It's gonna come back full circle. Come on.
Yeah. Everything comes in waves. Like even with Sam Solik now that he's popping off, it's like swing the pendulum in the opposite direction.
Yeah, but that whole thing, right now, everybody's trying to do that.
I fucking hate it, bro. You're
every
not
day
Sam.
on YouTube.
Like you're not Sam Solik. That's the thing is that people think it's like the formula is long videos that are completely wrong and uncut, which it kind of is, but he can speak for 30 minutes straight with no cuts extremely fluently. Obviously he has his knowledge of fitness and stuff, and not many people can do that.
Yeah, and I think it's like this, right? At the same time, you have to be a freak in some kind of nature.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
He is a freak of nature on a body perspective,
Yeah.
right? I wouldn't say he's a freak of nature in like being able to pronounce and enunciate himself because it's like just a normal guy talking. That's why people like
it's
him.
Relatable. It's very relatable. Yeah.
But in terms of fucking, takes the tarp off and is like a fucking rhinoceros, right? That's where people are like, holy shit, right?
People like that he's like that, but he's relatable in his, because then it's like, oh shit, maybe I can do that too. Like,
dude, there's some people that don't like what he's doing because it's like,
it's just haters, bro.
well, it's the ideas of like, oh my goodness, it's pushing out gear usage, right? Where it's like, okay, yeah, but that's also 90% of the industry.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and my whole thought around it is like, there's no winning either way, right? You tell kids that they can't get somewhere naturally, so the kids are immediately like, oh fuck, well I might as well go on gear. Or you tell them everyone's on gear and it's the same thing. There's really no winning.
Yep.
Come on. Easy. There's so much knowledge now, like information out there nowadays.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It's like, what are we gonna gatekeep every single thing and try to protect people?
Yeah.
But I do agree, like people should be transparent. People should be, like, they should be clear about like what's happening or whatever. Like that's always something that I'd be a proponent of.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like,
well, you don't need it. Like, it's okay to be transparent, but not everybody has to be transparent too.
Yeah.
Because it's like with the people with the gear thing, right? If they'll use the argument of like, well, hey, if this person is talking about how he's on gear, everybody on gear needs to say, you are on gear. And it's like, hey, some people have lives, some people have families, some people have jobs, right? It's like, oh, did you drop that? The camera? Oh. So it's like, you know, if you're a crack junkie, you're not going to tell everybody that you're on crack.
yeah.
I'm not an advocate of crack whatsoever. I'm just using devil's advocate at this point.
Yeah. People are getting like rewarded too for being the transparent people and stuff, which is cool. Like I agree, be transparent, but it's like almost making kids be like, oh, well, I just want to be, like it's a way for them to be like, oh, like I saw a kid at Zoo Culture wearing a shirt that said 16 on trend. Like that's crazy, bro.
You ever meet some of those people that are like, I call them transparent douchebags.
Yeah.
Right? And it's because they're actually not transparent. They're just being a douchebag about it.
Yeah.
There's a way to be transparent. Like that's, okay, to bring it back to a TNF, right? Because he's a very good person to use, is he'll talk about like things that are BS. And he does it in such a, because he was a teacher at one point, right? He does it in such like a polite, one more. One more. Come on, let's go. He does it in such a polite way where he's like, studies state that no, this is wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. And like he does it in such like a sit-down
informative
teacher
way.
Yeah. Versus like, this is the TikTok algorithm. If you're doing this, you're stupid. This is what you need. Use code in amino acid.
Use code. Oh my god, bro. Yeah. But it's become a thing. Like people build their entire platforms by talking about other people too. So.
And I don't think that's necessarily bad, right?
No, it's not, because
it's like news and media, right? Okay, I'll give you a great example. Greg Doucette made a video on me when I was like 17, 18, right? And that helped tremendously for fucking, because this was when Greg was going on the fucking tangents of natty or nots, right?
Yeah.
Every single natty or not he was doing, not natty, right? Finally, I got brought up, and I was the only person at the time, because he's done now multiple, where he's like, natty, right? Which was good because it was like, okay, I have nice, like a good track record of like that. And that's what I've been doing in my entire training, right? When I got accused of fucking taking roids when I pulled my 675, I entered in a drug testing competition like 3 weeks after, right? And it's like, you can't win with anything.
You're never going to prove it because they'll say, oh, you just got past the drug test. Like,
yeah, exactly. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, if I can, one, I know, right?
Yeah.
So that's all that matters. Two, if I can show all the data, just like we were talking about earlier with the training program of like, oh, I did this on my meso. Yeah. I have so much data of like, this is my weight during this time. Yeah. This is my training program. This is what I was lifting. Yeah. And I want to have it where I have like the most informational transformation. Yeah. And like,
bro, you know how many kids that would help?
Yeah, I mean, like everybody kind of wants to skip that part. Yeah. Like they want to be skinny and then jacked, but I want everything informed in between.
Well, I saw a 30-second transformation video, so I think that's how long it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. One.
Come on. Easy, come on.
Sir.
Sir.
You know who I want to really get a workout in? This is my goal this entire 2024 year. Okay?
Forget all the other goals.
Okay, this one's still a priority. Is Mike O'Hearn.
Oh yeah.
Okay? No, I've been
he's
blocked
a-
by that guy, taking him in my things and taking me on his things going, Mike O'Hearn, is this your real son?
Yeah.
Mike O'Hearn, this guy looks just like you, right?
Yeah.
Because this is when I was posting content, like, this was before TikTok, right? When YouTube was the algorithm, right?
Yeah.
Of like my transformation and whatnot. And still at that time, Mike O'Hearn was still notorious for his transformations and whatnot. And I looked similar, right? And I leaned into it once. Being like, oh yeah, Mike O'Hearn's my dad. And my fucking followers flooded with it, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, I'm fucking blocked by him.
Yeah, bro, what? That's crazy.
No, but I really just want to get a video because it's just one of those like, it's an OG on top of it's like,
it's funny, bro.
it's just poetic. I love poetic things, you know?
It's a storyline that you gotta fulfill.
Okay, great example, right? Fucking waking up at 4 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Seeing that you're fucking up, right?
Yeah.
Look at how full circle that comes.
I know,
it's so
bro.
poetic.
But now you gotta get up at 4 a.m. to go to Gold's Gym and meet Mike O'Hearn.
Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
2 more.
Yep. Come on. One more. Yep. Come on.
That's good.
I think I only got one more. I think this is our second one. Or is that
That
third?
was my third.
The new program is, I'm not gonna put it in order, I'm just gonna list it all in bulk, right?
Yeah.
Pound of turkey, pound of beef, right? Beef, I just realized I can not have it be an 80-20, I can have it be leaner due to it's just excess fats. I don't need it, right?
Yeah.
I looked at my calories and protein intake like last night. I'm like, okay, I don't have to have it be the 80-20. I still have it be an 80-20 on my turkey.
Yeah.
But I'm not adding the extra olive oils that I was doing in my prepping for the meat because I don't need it, right? I was putting olive oil and everything.
Bro, I do that shit right now too.
Yeah. I'll have 6 bagels.
Yeah.
I'll have 2 to 3 cups of rice, 4 eggs.
Holy fuck.
I'll have my juice,
Yeah.
and then I have 2 carb shakes that are 1,200 calories, which is 2 cups of fruit, a banana, 1.5 cup of oats, peanut butter, 2 Fairlife.
So you think you're having like 7,000 calories around there or something?
I think it's around like 6.5.
Yeah, that's fucked.
And
you're gaining at a decent rate or no?
yeah, but so here's the thing. Anytime I travel, I can't jump to the 600. It's painful, I throw up, and it usually backtracks me in my mindset because it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So anytime I come back, I've done this so many times where it's like, I know, okay, hey, if I traveled for like a week and a half and my calorie intake that was before was like say 6.5, right? And then in my traveling was around 4,000, jumping to that 6K, I can't do it. So then I just go, okay, what is my base layer?
Yeah.
Is it at 4K? Okay, we'll start at 4K for a week, right? Or 3 days. And how does the body adjust to it? And then add in another 500 calories. And then just slowly get into it. So like right now, I'm getting around that 5.6.
Okay.
And now it's just about adding in the one more shake.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's crazy how much like the mental aspect with the travel and everything, and just like where your body's stressed out or just, it can fuck with your digestion and everything.
That's the only thing that will fuck my digestion is like stress. Like I don't like if I'm flying or I feel like I have to like, I don't know, combat everything. Yeah. I just feel like fuck. Okay, I don't want to eat. I want to like get this shit fully done.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way, bro. I like eating in comfort.
Yeah, in my
routine, bro.
In my routine. My roommate Nabil was cutting 20 pounds. I had to put on 20 pounds, right? And he would be in his room because he couldn't eat anything.
Yeah.
And if I got full, I would go to the bathroom and I wouldn't allow myself to leave until the food was done.
Fucking hell, bro.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
But yeah, that's what it's gonna have to take to get to 260 because I got the frame for it, and also it's like I have like one foot in like the influencer area and then another foot in powerlifting, right?
Yeah.
I've been really trying to pay attention to how I can be more productive around that.
Yeah.
Because it's not a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, dude, I'm the same way. Like right now, as I've been more so like dedicated to my bodybuilding training and stuff, I'm like, how can I make the most out of this? While obviously, like, it's your job, like it's your work. You know what I mean? You gotta like. So like even for me, initially when I was like, oh shit, I gotta bulk. Like bro, I can't be 140 pounds my entire life. Even though I was like, I'm not like tall. I'm 5'5", so it's like it is.
That 200 is calling you, Tristan, in the fucking.
Bro, now that
I'm
I'm like 170 right now, and I'm not fucking morbidly obese. I put on like 32 pounds, and so like. I'm like, bro, what's another 30? Oh,
exactly.
But then you just get obese and
no, dude, you can do it. Fucking let me know when you hit 200 because it's like, hey, I'm sick of these 5'8" motherfuckers telling me, no, I can't be 200 pounds.
I'll bench like fucking 450.
That's exactly it. Powerlifting arc.
Well, Derek Lunsford, who just won the Mr. Olympia, was telling me, bro, he wrestled at 112 when he was in like fucking sophomore year.
Yeah.
That's like, and now he's like 235 on stage.
So it's funny, when I wrestled, right, I hit a growth spurt in 9th grade, right? Like I had 2 puberties pretty much.
Yeah.
I had like my 7th to 8th grade, but then like my 9th to 10th grade was when shit really hit. And I was, when I was cutting, because I had to wrestle 160.
Yeah.
Or no, I had to wrestle 170, right? In 9th grade. And it was I had no problem until end of the season.
Yeah.
And I was getting up to 187. I was like, fuck, I have regions coming up. I have to still make weight. They gave us 2 pounds so I could weigh in 172 because Christmas was over. And I was like, fuck, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? This was my mom's idea because they did it with my brother because my brother wrestled lighter than me. Is I basically cut out all my carbs.
Yeah.
Body went in ketosis, right?
Yeah.
And then
Drop all the water.
Yep, and then I tried like fucking putting it all in me. It's only 2-hour weigh-ins, right, before the match. Okay?
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to state that year.
Yeah.
I was ranked, and I went from my 187 to 166, right?
Holy fuck, man.
And I fucking was a dead man on the mat. I was literally just fucking.
Yeah. Have you seen that photo of like Conor McGregor when he's like,
yeah.
He's like fucking emaciated?
That was me. That was me.
Yeah.
But it was like if you flip the two, because I went from 166 to 195 in a month.
Holy shit, bro.
And it was the best time ever.
Yeah.
Because all the weight, peak puberty, carb load, I didn't get fat at all either.
You're just like super sensitive to everything, so you just
I
blow
guarantee
up.
my insulin sensitivity.
Yeah.
Because it's like taking out carbs completely.
Yeah. And that was like literally me, like when I put carbs back in, it was like, well, initially I fucking dropped weight, and then I gained like 20 pounds in like not that long, and I was like still fucking lean.
Yeah. But you were full 24/7.
Yeah.
But what was funny was I low-key had an eating disorder. I was eating.
Why is that funny?
Because it is.
Everybody watching the video just gets triggered.
What?
People watching the video just get triggered.
Oh my goodness.
So
it was to me, not you guys. Get over yourself.
Like eating disorder going back up or going down?
No, like
binging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was waking up middle of the night, and I still remember this. So I was waking up, 2 a.m. I took 2 cups of uncooked oats in a bowl, and I remember going down, sitting on the couch crying with a giant spoon, shoving it in my mouth, and like and just eating,
bro.
And then having to be up at 4 to go train.
Eating your sorrows away.
Pretty much. But then it's like, I got to 195, I got strong as shit, and then went from 190, because my jumps, I know my body weight jumps. It was 166 to 195, 195 to 215.
Yeah.
215 back to 195 because I wrestled 195 in high school. So I went to 215 for football. Wrestling season, back to 195.
Yeah.
11th grade went from, right after wrestling season, to 220.
Yeah.
Stayed at that around senior year.
Yeah.
That was one of the goals. Be that 220 mofo in high school.
Now it's just fucking gain until you're 260.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm in my prime still.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm still
Bro,
young.
it's so
I can
crazy.
put on the weight.
You're fucking 22 years old.
Like, it's like, all these people are tearing their body apart with androgens, right? And then being like, oh, don't eat fatty foods.
Yeah.
And here,
bro,
I just want to, I want to get up to
God.
fucking 260,
Yeah.
maybe 300 pounds.
Give me the fucking olive oil.
Yeah. Right? I want to get my bloods done either next week or the week prior.
Yeah.
Derek from More Plates, More Dates, he has a clinic.
Right?
Yeah.
Derek?
Yeah. So I want to use that. And then I want to see what am I deficient in vitamin-wise so I can kind of max out that natty card.
Yeah.
Come on. Because at the same time, it's like, I love genetic potential, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I want to see like, okay, how far, because right now we're in this like pivotal moment in powerlifting, being able where we have the scientific knowledge of how strong people can get, right?
Yeah.
3-4 years ago, people were training stupid. David, right? Back when he was training, it was like trial and error, right? You only knew what the strongest guy in your gym knew, right? And before that, it was Westside Barbell, which was maxed out every single day and like, fuck, take steroids.
Yeah.
And now, fucking kids are natty pulling 800 plus pounds,
it's crazy.
right?
Well, that's the cool thing about powerlifting that I've noticed is that like natural athletes within the powerlifting realm are almost at the level of unnatural athletes. Like obviously it's still there, but like
we gotta get you on we gotta get you closer to the unnatty powerlifters.
Bro, but the gap between that I feel like is so much less than like bodybuilding, bro.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, well, because with
like bodybuilding, you could never even imagine.
Yeah. So, well, because here's the thing, right? With steroids, they're they're an androgenic thing, and that's like every steroid is for muscle. Like whether that's like what was it? Anavar was for cancer patients or whatever for keeping their muscle mass. Yeah,
you want to build keep the muscle mass. That's literally what it's made for. Steroids. Yeah.
So there really wasn't ever a steroid to maximize absolute strength output. Like even Trend, for example, was for cows, cattle moving. So I think and Trend is supposed to be like the holy grail for like strength.
Right.
You know, so I'm still curious, like, what else can they make?
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be wild. Did you hear about that? Like, there was the talk of like the unnatural Olympics for a while. No. I'm like, bro, that's the Olympics already. Imagine how shit it would be though if they started really fucking cracking down on everything in the Olympics, because then like Usain Bolt's time would be like, everybody would be like half a second off of it. No, everybody's running 10-second fucking 100 meters. You're like,
dude, I know the Olympics is supposedly like a total session, because it's all these athletes.
Yeah.
Just like pent up.
Yeah.
What would you call it? Lust.
Well, you know in Japan when they like, do you hear like in the Tokyo Olympics, they made the beds like, so they're literally fucking like cardboard. So like you couldn't have two people in one bed.
That's low-key smart.
Yeah, bro. Japanese doing it different. I don't know about that, but
you like Japanese barbecue?
Korean barbecue. I haven't tried Japanese barbecue.
There's a nice Japanese all-you-can-eat barbecue.
Here in Houston?
Yep.
Fuck.
You wanna go?
Shit. I might have to.
It's all you can eat. I think you like beef tongue, right?
I mean, I did before. It's not like I don't. No, I mean like
taste buds change, bro.
No, I don't. I just don't eat it as much, because as soon as I like increased my carbs, I just lowered my fats more.
All right, well.
And beef tongue's literally fucking pure fat, bro. Yeah. It's like what, like?
I'm not a fan
90%?
of beef tongue.
Yeah. It's because you're not cultured enough, Sawyer.
I'm just Aryan. I'm too Aryan for you guys.
Aryan.
I'm too blonde-haired, blue eyes.
I'm just better.
Homelander. You ever watch The Boys?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Nah, I've been loving the boys recently. They have this new one called Gen V.
Bro.
And that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you finish the boys?
No, not all of it. Are you into anime? Like everybody else in the fucking fitness realm?
No.
No?
No.
Like you're at, like not at all?
I watched Dragon Ball Z on VHS as a kid.
Yeah.
And that's where I want to stay. That's enough for me.
I know, same, bro. I watched a little bit of Pokemon when I was growing up.
My mom wasn't a fan of Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah, it was too close to tarot cards.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
Just one of those things. Like,
yeah.
I remember Bakugan though.
Yeah, bro. Oh my gosh, holy shit.
Bakugan was like Beyblade and Bakugan.
Bro, bringing that to school is like, it's so
That was drug deal.
Yeah,
that
bro.
was drug deal gang violence going on there.
Yeah, 100%.
Two.
Come on. Yeah. Finish it. Yeah.
Fuck. No.
You like do them seated or standing?
Huh?
Seated or standing for lateral raises?
I can do standing. Oh shit. You know, my favorite machine is one that you're like this.
Yeah.
You know, where it has no bar pathway, no dumbbell.
No stabilization.
It's just fucking this.
Yeah,
I can just ruin my delts completely, and I go to bed and I feel like they're gonna pop out. But it's like, I made a video during COVID time because somebody was putting it on Facebook Marketplace, a Cybex one for free.
Yeah.
I woke up at 4 a.m., drove 7 hours, picked it up, put it in the truck, drove back. I got one for like 60
Bro, those
bucks.
old school pieces are literally the best.
How many are you doing?
I just have 3 sets. You can do as many as you want.
You doing this or you going up?
No, I'm gonna go up. All right. 3 working sets, that is, yeah.
Nah.
What's your favorite lift? Deadlift?
I don't have one. I don't have a favorite color. I don't have a favorite food.
Yeah.
And I don't have a favorite exercise. Because it's like...
How can you pick just one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like... Because there's some days, if I feel good, if I'm feeling good and bench is feeling good, I love bench. If I'm feeling good and squats feeling good, I love squats. You know?
Depends on the day.
Like black is probably like the only color I can go, all right, I like that. Because it works with everything. Recently, I've been fucking with green, actually. But, I don't know, I don't really...
Comes in waves?
Yeah. I feel like with people, so many people try to turn everything into their personality.
Yeah, facts.
It's like, I don't know. It's not that I don't have any personality, but I want to be able to shift, you know?
Yeah, let Sawyer wear green.
What we got? All right.
Tristan? I live in LA? Yeah. I don't live anywhere right now, bro.
He's a what do they call it? Nomad.
Yeah, nomad. Yeah. I was going to live in LA, but then I started traveling around and I'm like, I don't know if I can. So annoying. Come on. Go.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have no problem giving people a piece of my mind.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe that's a bad thing. But I feel like it's a blessing and a curse because like people usually will like not avoid, but it's like I'll be straight up with people, right?
Just beat around the bush.
No, yeah, I don't have time for it, right? And there are people like a lot of my friends who like that because it's like, okay, hey, if I tell you you look like crap, right? I'm not doing it because I feel jealous of your body, or it's actually to help you in any sense, right? Because at the same time, that's what friends do. Like a real friend, and it's very hard. I feel like me staying in my small town where people are way more like everybody's in everybody's business, but at the same time, you really make really good friends because it's like you don't have fucking anything else.
Yeah.
Versus in a city, oh, you don't know who your friend is in 8th grade to 9th grade to 10th grade to 11th grade. This person leaves, this one goes to a different school, you know, it's like.
That's why I love like that I came from a small town.
Yeah.
Because it's a different mentality, bro.
It is, and like there's no argument about that, and that's like, I'll meet city people, no hate to them, but it's just different vibes.
Yeah.
I've been switching up my sleep schedules, right? Because they were a mess, but new schedule, I wrote it down yesterday. Food at 4:30 a.m., food at 6:30 a.m., food at 9:30 a.m., around, you're gonna hear this first now, right? Snack around that 10 to 11, but I wanna be able to train around 12 because right now it's getting to a point where coming in later, there's a lot more people. And I think it's because the sun goes down a lot sooner, so more people are wanting to be outside.
Do you like training like earlier in the day?
I like training at night, but I don't like training when other people are training.
Okay, so you kind of just pick and choose based off that.
Yeah, and
Is your meal timing based on that or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I've had to switch my meal timings up.
Yeah.
So
bro,
this
that's
is
so
like,
fucking annoying, especially when you get into a groove. Like I like just having the exact same thing every single day, and I couldn't care less.
that's what a home gym is for.
Yeah, bro.
But like at the same time, like it's just part of the game. I'm not gonna bitch about it.
Yeah.
You know, and it just gives it where it's like different.
Yeah.
You know, it's not bad to be different as long as my training doesn't fall victim to it.
Yeah.
You know, and only time I feel like it falls victim is if I feel I'm weak, and I ain't weak.
Yeah,
you know, it's like I'm fucking. I'm a capable young man, dude. I can do this shit.
Yeah, you can only affect you as much as you let it, kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could do bodybuilding.
Yeah. Let me put on 20.
Gymshark Bodybuilding Club.
Well, you know what's funny is, after the meet, I was gonna get coached by Ryan Terry.
Okay.
Because we were gonna do this like transformation thing.
Yeah.
But I ain't willing to fucking sacrifice my, like I did the math, right? And it would take me about half a year or more to get back to my base level strength.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude,
yeah, because if you're dedicated, you're talking about like doing like a bodybuilding transformation?
It would be like basically get bodybuilding lean. I don't know if I would compete, but it'd be stupid for me to not compete.
Yeah.
You like to do that and then not compete.
You're not progressing your strength at all.
No.
During that time.
No, I'm trying to maintain, and it's like declining every time.
Yeah.
And it's like I have so much I want to work on still. And
you're in your prime too, like you're 22.
Yeah.
You want to make the most out of this, like. Really.
Yeah, and I mean, like, dude, I'm just getting machines that I'd never had. I might as well fucking use that weight. Like, I want to see what does a year look like of me on that chest machine.
Yeah. And how does that carry over? Like maybe that helps you a lot with your fucking bench. I don't know.
Yeah.
Having a little bit extra chest mass and just strength.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, my frame, my bone, like this is a bone. I'm so wide boned.
Yeah.
There needs to be more mass around everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also like you have the frame to build it out for sure.
Yeah, so it's like, put the clay on, mold it later.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to be the first natty Mike O'Hearn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty
Bro
sure
goes, okay.
Wait, but he's on just like duck eggs.
Yeah.
You are his son, so.
Pretty much. 20 more pounds on the frame. 20 more pounds.
I feel obese right now.
Yeah, you don't look obese, dude. What's nice is you got them fucking nice insertions where it's like, even if you get a little pudgy.
Yeah, it just builds out a bit.
Yeah. That was a good back shot. You got some fucking nice biceps.
That's something I need to work on, bro. I need to work on everything.
You know what will help? 200 pounds.
200 pounds.
200 pounds.
That's a cure to everything. I heard 200 pounds is a cure to cancer.
It pretty much is.
Yeah. Bro, come on. Why are you so massive? How much you weigh?
Those carbs fucking work.
See the carb work.
I used to be so fucking veiny. Now it's like I'm back to the normal.
Yeah, I'm the same way, bro. I used to be like so fucking. I mean, it just makes sense. Literally just getting lean, but like. What's your favorite pose? I'm working on my like.
It changes with how my body changes, right?
Yeah, like as you change your body comp.
Yeah, because like I used to do this pose with a vacuum and it looked deadly. Like
really suck it in?
Yeah, and then it's like.
Yeah, you look nuts though for like 240, dude. You're still lean. Your back is fucking crazy.
Well, I'm the fatter brother. My brother was even leaner. Yeah, he was the leaner one.